It's been about a year now since I've started working at CHEK. And one thing's for sure, the world of journalism is constantly changing. One of the new roles that's really fascinated me was the one of our remote video journalists. So I packed my bags and headed up island to see what the job was really like.
Skye Ryan, CHEK News VJ, graduated in 2000, went on to 4 TV stations before CHEK became my home as a VJ 3 years ago. When I was hired at CHEK, I was a full-time reporter with a photographer. I went on to become an anchor, and then 3 years ago, my photographer retired and they made me a VJ. Today we're going to do a story about Will Arnold, who is sort of one of these champions of the community who takes it upon themselves to clean things up and try to inspire other people to take a little more pride in where they're living. And we had someone write into us and say, this is what he's doing, would you consider doing a story about him? And it would mean a lot to our community to see him get a little credit. So, going to meet Will. So have you done a bit of a look around yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, let's do it.
No, not yet. I came in this morning. I was up in Tofino yesterday.
Yeah, how was it?
Oh, it was. I was talking to Steve because they have a place up there, and it was. Oh, the town is crazy.
Tell me first of all, Will, common spelling. How do I spell Arnold?
Arnold is Arnold.
Okay.
It was just amazing, the
Yeah.
gift that I got for there. And I think that what I say to young people is just go out and do it. Don't be afraid. And if somebody says no, use that as a challenge to prove them wrong.
So you're telling me a little bit in the car, you don't have any formal VJ training?
I have no formal VJ training. I went from being someone that had a full-time, very experienced photographer. I shoot, I edit, I do it all, and then I stand in front of a camera at night, hopefully looking polished. The challenges are I'm just one person. You have less time to do more people's jobs and do them well. Because even though you have a job that requires more of you, your standards don't drop. I don't think anybody that becomes a VJ wants to be less of a journalist because they've become a VJ. Hello. Hi, bless you. The biggest benefit I know is that there's an intimacy with the person that you're interviewing and a real gentleness to that process for them in times of tragedy. I don't think that I would submit there's very few people better than a VJ to handle a very, very bad tragedy, because you go into a remote community where they're not used to these big troops of cameras. They will shut down. You will actually see people slam their doors in the faces of TV. Take care, mate. Thank you. So now we find a shady spot to edit. So throughout the day also you have to try to keep in touch with the newsroom. So I always have my cell phone. I usually keep it in my belt. I have a smartwatch that also buzzes if the phone has, gone off. But I have to make sure that they're not trying to reach me for any other reason. I haven't noticed it. And I also have to talk to them, let them know that I'm okay. Because sometimes I'm in situations that aren't completely safe.
And then sometimes they'll send you out to the middle of nowhere for something, right?
All the time. Most of the time.
So I think that we live in a beautiful part of the world, and sometimes we abuse it. And I think that putting back and cleaning it up is a big part. I started to change it and give them more knives pulled on me. I've pulled on needles pulled on me. I've had needles pulled on me.
Just heads up at this point, but the story about the missing 82-year-old senior from Oak Bay?
Yeah?
Oak Bay police tweeting that the RCMP is assisting us in the Maple Bay area.
You want me to head there then?
So, well, I'm thinking potentially, they want something on it.
So does that mean I shelve cutting vital people today and go to Maple Bay?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay. Do you want to make a couple of calls for
and then
me?
we'd make time for you to cut it tomorrow, but,
Do you want to make some calls for me?
yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, and I'll start heading to Maple Bay.
Sure, that'd be great.
Okay, thank you.
And, great. Okay, thanks.
Bye. That happens all the time. So you think your plans, I've kind of pictured how the day was going to go now, and then it just totally changes. And then what will probably happen is, what goes through my mind right now is I'm going through my mind, I'm thinking, okay, it's going to take me 15 minutes to get to Maple Bay, and can I get a live hit from there, because I'm going to need to get a live hit. Turn on my scanner.
I'm still going to keep the 49 Echo car coming in case you guys do need to transport back in your area.
So then you start listening to the scanner. It happens a lot, but that's also super fun, right? Because I'm a mother of 2 small children, my life is very, very routine. It has to be very routine in order for them to succeed. So this is like my little adventure. But this has been a story that's captivated people for a lot, because she's a paper carrier. She's an 82-year-old woman, and Maple Bay is about 15 minutes from here. So we'll head there right now and see if we can see. Parking lot
GPS collars that had radiation dosimeters built into them. These devices that
Yeah, that's an
record
RCMP car,
ionizing
maybe.
radiation that you're exposed to over time. Some
Oh no,
people
that's just the
4G help
CTV.
develop.
Hey, how are you doing? Have you seen any of the search crews?
No. It happened on Thursday.
She was here on Thursday. I talked to her on Thursday. She came right into my house I'm the 7908 guy,
Wow.
which may be on social media right now.
Yeah, you mind if we interview you? Would you mind if we interviewed you?
Well, I was just going to do one with this gentleman.
We could do it at the same time. That'd be great.
Along drives this lady down and stops right in front of the shop, and I could see that she was agitated and frustrated and a bit confused. So I approached her. She wasn't going to even approach me. She was just going to turn around and leave again. So I recognized she was in trouble, so I approached her, went right to her window, and she told me she was out of gas. I told her how to get out of here and where the gas station was, and I looked at her gas gauge and I could see she was right on empty. So
When did you find out that she's been missing?
I was reading the paper last night. I sat down to read yesterday's Times Colonist, and it says, "Do you know where Gladys is?" or something, or the headline, right? And I saw her picture and I went, "Oh my God, I do. That's her." And I recognized the car and the situation, because so I phoned the Oak Bay Police right away, telling them what I knew.
Hello.
Hi, it's Skye.
Hey, Skye. So you guys are onto something, eh?
Yeah, we found the guy. It was Thursday though that the spotting happened. She drove into his yard completely disoriented, agitated. He said she almost acted like she was having an Alzheimer's episode. She had no gas. She had no gas, and he directed her. I'm sorry, I'm just shooting it right now, Richard. Can I call you back?
So what's going on is we just finished another story about that gentleman, and the newsroom called this elderly lady, which has been missing for quite some time. There was a sighting. Turns out the sighting was last Thursday. We actually found the original person who made the sighting. So we were following him around, just came across the RCMP. So we're going to try to speak to him. Skye is, running around trying to get footage of him joining the search. Hopefully also going to go search some roads and find the other search and rescue volunteers. But yeah, right now things are a little bit hectic.
Only recognized Tuesday night after reading about Barman's disappearance and seeing her photo that was the woman who had stopped at his home, and he quickly called police. Now, with Seifert's tip, searchers have somewhere to comb for the missing 82-year-old. With boots and ATVs on the ground along this Maple Bay road, this is Barman's family's best lead yet.
So let's do Ryan, Barman, search, update, package 2018 110701, publish. And I'm so Irish that this is where I cross my fingers and I don't stop. I actually will cross my legs, my fingers.
And how long does it take to send?
First it encodes, and so it encodes over about 3 minutes, then it can take 10 to 15 minutes to send. But there's a bunch of little rabbit holes she can go down, right? So she can break down in the encoding process if there's any glitch. She can break down in the feeding process, and so that's where the fingers crossed come in.
So hardest part, most stressful part is now.
Yeah, because it's out of your control. So you hustle all day, you try not to make this stressful, and then it's out of your hands, and it shouldn't be stressful because it's out of your hands, but see, now the bars are moving, so this is good. This is very good.
Tech News.
Hey Richard, it's Skye.
Hey, Skye.
Just sent you the keys. The story is sent. Johnny's gonna fill it in.
Yep, he's working on it right now.
And Bob's your uncle.
Yep. Well, excellent work there, pulling this one off.
Bless you, bless you. Okay, so everything's good. You got the keys. You can put them in.
I've got them. I'm
Okay.
putting them right now.
Okay. Well, I'll try to come back out tomorrow then. Hey.
Sorry.
I'll come out here tomorrow then.
Yeah, we probably want to definitely come back tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Talk then. Bless you.
Okay. Bye.
Okay. And that is a day.
And you'll be back tomorrow to keep going.
First thing tomorrow morning, feed my kids.